Magandang umaga. Thanks for joining me at Fil-Am, Fil-Fam, Destination Philippines. This is a video journal of me making changes in my life in order to achieve a goal, and that goal is moving to the Philippines. And in the meantime, while I'm working on that goal, I wanted to meet as many Filipino people in the Phoenix area as I can. And I was able to do that today. I went to a new church this morning called Jesus is Lord Church on the west side of Phoenix, and it's basically an all Filipino church. About 95% anyway. There were a couple non-Filipinos there, but they are married to Filipino women. And it was a great experience today. I really liked it over there. And I was invited over there this weekend by a woman I met on Facebook through the Arizona Filipino Community Facebook group. Her name's Tita Ruth, and she invited me over there to join her today. I met Tita Ruth through the Arizona Filipino Community Facebook group, and I had made a post saying how I started a YouTube channel and I would like to interview local Filipinos. She reached out to me through Messenger and invited me to join or to attend I think it's like a weekly Bible study, and it's actually here in my town, Tempe, every Tuesday. And then she also invited me to join her at her church. And so I did, and it was great. It really was. Man, those people over there were just the nicest and most hospitable people that I've probably ever met. Like, when I walked in there, I was immediately greeted with hugs and smiles, and, I said, Magandang umaga, and they're like, oh, you speak Tagalog? I'm like, no, I'm learning. And I'm like, I'm 50, I'm peepty-peepty, I'm 50-50. Oh, that's cool, that's nice. And it was a great service. Like I said, just nothing but smiles and hugs and, a lot of love going on in there. And it was a great service. The service was about, Thanksgiving and making sure that we give thanks to our God for everything that we have. One of the scriptures that Tita Ruth was talking about was how when we give thanks to God, blessings rain down from heaven. And it's totally true, it really is. And, another part of the message was how we need to remember to give thanks. And that's something I kind of don't really do. I mean, I do, but I don't. Not as much as I should, at least. Because I am pretty thankful for everything I have. I have everything I need. I mean, I live a pretty minimalist lifestyle. I don't really buy a lot of clothes. I don't buy anything that I really don't need, because everything that I'm doing right now is just working towards achieving my goal of moving to the Philippines. So I'm really, watching everything I spend. If I need a new pair of shoes or, something for my bike, or, I actually had to, buy a few things for my bike over the past few weeks. I needed new lights and a couple new inner tubes and stuff. But other than that, I really do have everything I need, and I am very thankful for it. The apartment, I have a nice little apartment. It's a small one-bedroom, but it's pretty spacious, actually. And it's pretty affordable for the Phoenix area. I don't have a washer and dryer, but, that's okay. The washing room is, the washroom is just in the next building over, and I typically do my laundry. I wake up early in the morning every weekend, and my laundry's done really before anybody else in the complex is up, so I don't really have any problems with that. And I'm thankful for my dog. He's great company. He makes sure I take him on his walks, and I have a little backyard for him to go hang out in while I'm gone at work. And of course, he likes to go lay in the dirt pile back there rather than the grass, the grassy part. But it's okay. He's a good boy. So, but it was really refreshing meeting all those Filipino people over there. They're just so beautiful, They're just beautiful inside and out. It was really great, and I'm a little apprehensive when I meet, when I meet new people in general, but especially Filipino people, because I feel like there's such a disconnect, between us, because, if I never looked in the mirror, I would think I'm just another white guy. I left my mom when I was 7, and basically from the time from 7 to, just last year, I never really was around Filipino people. I would meet Filipino randomly, but it's not like I was hanging out with them or trying to cultivate relationships with them, you know. I never really got back into, the Filipino community until I started dating my ex last year, the Filipina. So I just, it's hard for me, but I'm like breaking out of my shell, because I really want to embrace the culture and embrace the people, and I want to learn everything about them that I can. Because I know I need to arm myself with knowledge before I get there, because I don't want to do anything that's going to offend anybody or say anything stupid that's going to get me kicked out of the country. You know what I mean? Because it's strict over there. You can't go over there acting a fool, especially as a foreigner. Now, even though my mom's Filipino, I'm still American. It doesn't matter. I have no legal rights there. I don't think I can't even ever be a citizen over there. I think the closest thing that I can become is it's called like recognition of citizenship, where I guess it's like maybe a half step down from an actual citizen. But I think it's a pretty long process, and I'm not even sure if I really qualify for it. I would have to look into it more, and I plan on it I plan on doing that when I get to the Philippines. Excuse me. So if I don't do that, the most I can become is a permanent resident through marriage to another Filipina or to a Filipina. So, I just really want to make sure that I'm on my best behavior, and I want to get comfortable with other Filipinos. That way there's no like awkward tension or anything like that. And, I'm just trying to break out of my shell anyway when it comes to meeting new people and stuff. So it was a great experience over there. They had like a Thanksgiving potluck, and I haven't had any Filipino food in like almost a year. My ex, she brought me some cold lumpias earlier this summer from a party she had attended, but that's not like having it fresh in front of you and in a hot container. So I ate my fill. I had 2 plates, and they're like, "Oh, since you're the guest, you get to go first. You get to go first." And I always hated it when I was with my ex and we were at parties. She'd always make me go first. I'm like, I don't want to be first. I don't want to be first. But after not having any Filipino food in almost a year, I was like, yeah, I'll go first this time. And I definitely ate my fill, and it was really good. And so also too, I was talking with one of the guitarists from the worship team, and he invited me to do some volunteer work with him on Thanksgiving Day, and I told him, yeah, why not? I'm not going to do anything on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to anybody's house for Thanksgiving dinner. All my family lives far. So really, I would just be, probably sitting here watching football with my dog, or, coming up with some content, or, you know what I mean? Why not go help people? And he was talking about how, you don't really understand or appreciate how well you have it until you go and work in a situation like that, where you volunteer your time to the people who really don't have anything. And, my God commands us that, we're to help the needy, help the poor, help the less fortunate. So, it's a good way to build character, and, to really understand that other people do have it a lot worse than me. And, sometimes I let my emotions take control over my thoughts, and, I'm just kind of breaking out of that this year. I kind of got red pilled this year when me and my ex broke up, and when I decided to make this change and work towards this goal of moving to the Philippines. I really kind of started opening my eyes up to how the world really is, and I think that's a big part of why there's so much division in this country, because we have it so good that we don't have anything else to do other than bicker and complain about, whatever. Excuse me. But, there's a lot of people in other countries that, they're just trying to survive. Poverty in America, it's nothing like poverty in Philippines. There's people that live in graveyards and cemeteries in Philippines because, there's like stone structures that they can, get shelter in. Ain't nobody living in a graveyard here in America. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of other people that have it way worse than me. And, sometimes I just got to kick myself in the butt and, basically tell myself stop being a wussy about things, especially at times when I let my emotions, kind of get a hold of me, and you know what I mean? But this is all new stuff that I'm, just trying to break out of. And like I said, I'm really just now seeing how the world really is. And, I want to do stuff to help other people. And I just want to be, a good citizen. And being around all these good people today, it really made me think about a lot of things. And I'm kind of thinking about maybe making that my home church. I don't know, switching over. I really want to be around Filipino people. Because, and don't get offended or take this the wrong way, but whites have rejected me my whole life. My white side of the family, they don't have anything to do with us. My cousins have called me a spick and the N-word and beaner and dirty Mexican and things like that. It's like my family in the Philippines would never dream of talking to me like that. They don't care. It's like, I'm their family and that's all that matters. So it's kind of nice that, maybe I can have a little adopted family here, because I'm going to be alone by myself for Christmas. And, I don't doubt that I'll get an invitation to a Christmas dinner from somebody in this church. So, and that would be really nice, Plus I want to interview them and talk to them and ask them about how, growing up in the Philippines in the 50s and 60s and 70s, I'm sure it's way different now compared to back then, especially compared to growing up in America in the States. So I'm just really interested in learning about them and getting to know them and becoming friends and, having a little Filipino family here, having a Fil-Fam here in Phoenix. So, that's part of my channel. I want to meet other Filipinos and really talk to them. And, I'm trying to learn the language. It's pretty hard. So, I'm sure I can get them to help me with pronunciation or, what I mean, just help me learn, just like Spanish speakers always do. They always help me learn Spanish, and I have a good understanding with Spanish, but almost zero understanding with Tagalog. So it's a whole new transition. It's a whole new experience learning about this new culture, and I love it. I really do. It's nothing but a good time to me. And it's a good hobby, and I've always liked learning about new cultures. So it's like, why not learn about a culture that actually wants to embrace me as one of their own? Because I am one of their own. They don't care that I'm half white. But whites have always cared that I'm half Filipino. Not all whites, but, for the most part, especially growing up in Missouri. So, but yeah, Jesus is Lord Church in West Phoenix. It was great. I really loved it. It was a fun time. Like I said, just greeted with smiles and hugs and love, and God's presence was definitely there. There was other tongue talkers there, and as soon as I see that, I let it rip. And it's such a cleansing. It is. You recharge yourself. You build yourself up. So it's good. I'm glad I saw that there. I know it's a spirit-filled church, and God's presence was there. So it was all love over there. And thanks again for the food. I haven't had any Filipino food in a while, and so that was a special treat for me today. I really liked it. But yeah, Jesus is Lord Church in West Phoenix. It was a great time. I can't wait to see you guys again. Thanks for joining me at Fil-Am, Fil-Fam, Destination Philippines.